Hey everyone, Matt from Yuba Woodworking here. Happy first day of spring. I just wanted to make a quick video and go over some of the things that have been happening in the world lately with COVID-19 and quarantines and social distancing and stores running out of toilet paper and food and lots of other things going on. No one is living a normal life right now. I'm not. My kids have been out of school for a week now. I'm not able to go into the office like I normally would. I'm working from home a lot. Everybody's a little bit scared. Everybody's a little bit worried about themselves, their family, health. A lot of people are worried about the future too. And one of the ideas that I had for my YouTubing lately was how we can use woodworking in the garden, really. And if those of you who know me know I love my garden. There's nothing in the garden yet at this point. I've been composting all winter. It's one of my favorite parts of gardening is the compost. But the garlic shoots have started to come up. I saw some maple seedlings coming up the other day. It's an exciting time. So maybe if you are thinking about, hey, the world's gone crazy, what can I do to take care of myself, to take care of my family, to take care of those around me? We're really, if we focus on just ourselves and on our families, we're doing a good job, but we can do better. We do have an obligation to care for our brother. We have an obligation to care for our neighbors. And not everybody really has that mentality. And a lot of it is because we're scared and we feel like we don't have enough ourselves. So today I wanted to give us some strategies to correct that. So one of the things I want to talk to you about is making a raised bed planter. So I have a kind of a different strategy. I kind of start with the ground. I start from the ground up, and then I build the base of the planter around what it is, and then I fill it in with dirt. So without any further ado, let's get started. So what you see here, we have a little bit of a dirt bed. This is going to be where the raised bed goes in. Now what we're doing right now is we're just trying to level things out a little bit. There's a big dirt mound here that we had a few years ago, and I've been slowly dispersing the dirt throughout my garden. But the first step, you can kind of see the empty broken down Amazon boxes over there by Mr. Ethan. Can you put one of the cardboard boxes down? We're going to put the cardboard down. There will be a layer of old compost that's all broken down and whatnot that will go over the cardboard. And we'll have a big square of cardboard where the raised bed's going to go. We'll put the compost down, and then we'll put some soil down on top of it. Perhaps a little bit of mulch if necessary, and we'll put that's where the plants will go. So let's get going. We got some work to do. So we got some dead leaves and some dead weeds that we're putting down over the cardboard. So Ethan actually asked me a really good question while we were off camera. Do you want to ask it again? Why the cardboard?
Yeah, why do we need the cardboard?
Okay, so what the cardboard does, it does two things. Hey, Cam. What the cardboard does, it does two things. It blocks new weeds from coming in, and it provides, as it breaks down, a little bit of nutrition to the soil. So think about this. There's going to be compost over the weeds and the leaves, and then there will be dirt, and then the plants will be growing down into the dirt, down into the compost, down into the dead leaves and weeds, and down into the cardboard eventually. And eventually the cardboard's going to break down completely, and I'll have to put some more down, and that's completely okay. So what do plants need to live? Do you know?
They need water and sun.
Water, sun, and they also need some nutrition too. So the leaves and the weeds, what did they need to live? The same things, right? Just because they're weeds doesn't mean that they don't need those things. So think about it. The weeds and the leaves, they've taken up nutrition from the ground. They've absorbed a lot of nutrients over their lifetime, and now they're dead. So it's the same nutrition that my garden will need. So as those things break down, they're actually returning back to the earth what they had. So even though they're kind of a nuisance and they're kind of ugly, I mean, no one wants to have dead leaves in their yard, they do provide a really important resource, and they can actually be used as a really good source of food for new leaves. And so in another video, I know that this is a woodworking video, but I think with everything that's going on in the world right now, it would be irresponsible of me not to share some of those tips for being more self-sufficient. Like, what if the grocery store closes, right? Where are you going to get your beans from? Well, you can grow them yourself. So sharing some tips and tricks on how to make sure that you have the best beans, the best vegetables that you can possibly grow. Go into this. All right, why don't you go toss some of that compost down? Just toss it right on top of those leaves.
Okay.
Can you lift it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go, muscles. Dump it. Dump it right in the middle. You got this. Dump the compost. Woo! Now, that compost that's Ethan's dumping out, thank you, son. That compost that Ethan's dumping out has been breaking down for a couple years. You can see some of the eggshells. Yeah, thanks, bud. You can see some of the eggshells and whatnot that's in there still, but that was all vegetables and organic matter at one time, and now it is looking like dirt. That's going to be really good nutrition for the soil. Small things I just wanted to point out before I call it quits for the night. There's a lot of yard waste there, dead leaves, branches. It's a good way to put the waste, the things that we don't normally put out by the side of the road or toss out in the back of the woods or something, put it to use, make it work for you. All those things were in your yard. They all sucked up nutrients from the dirt, from the rain. Put it to use. Help it to produce new plants for you and your family. They have all those things stored up, and then why not use them for your good rather than toss them out by the road? The other thing that I wanted to point out is obviously it's not a raised bed yet, right? So the general rule of thumb is that you either want to use some sort of cedar, or cedar's tough to come by around these parts, but hemlock. There's lots of hemlock around where I live in upstate New York. Those are both pretty resistant to mold and rot. So they're good to use in raised beds. Some people buy their raised beds. I like to make them. I've always been kind of a do-it-yourselfer. That will be the topic for another video, though. I just wanted to get things started. Maybe show a little bit of what I do, and hopefully instill a little bit of hope in this crazy last couple weeks that we've had here. One more question that I thought would be worth answering. So you probably noticed that there are some seeds, there are some green plants in there. And so you're probably wondering, like, aren't those things going to create weeds? Yeah, they are. They're definitely going to create weeds, and that's okay. As the weeds come up, I know what my real plants are. Hey, Ethan. I know what my real plants are, and almost got it. I know what the weeds are. I could just pull the weeds out, toss them in the compost pile, and keep the cycle going. Very, very exciting stuff. All right, until next time, this is Matt. Take care, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, take care of your family, take care of your neighbor. Be a blessing to others.